Not as sexy as yours.
We'll jump out if you know. That means you as well. Yeah. You ready? Welcome to the Crescendo of Love and Appreciation and the Applause, ladies and gentlemen. As you welcome to the stage, please, Desiree and Mo, ladies and gentlemen. Desiree and Mo.
So this is last summer, and I'm dating this guy named Pierre. And we decided to go to the haunted house of the Peony. And we're waiting in the lineup, and we're waiting a really, really long time. And I noticed this sign that says, "Do not hit the actors." And I think, hit? Actors. But eventually we get to go in, and so it's pitch black. Absolutely pitch black, and there's all the usual sounds. There's like the creaking doors and moaning, creepy moaning, that is. And we're going down this corridor, and we go into this room, and in the room it's all lit with green, and there's this funeral scene, and there's this woman looking in at a coffin, into the coffin, and I think, well, that's interesting. And then she turns and looks at us, and I nearly peed. And then she starts walking toward us, and I'm thinking, it's a haunted house, it's just actors, but my body is overriding my brain at this point, and I'm screaming, but there's no sound coming in because I'm actually pulling air in, not out. And Pierre and I, we sort of cling together, and Pierre's holding me in this very manly, kind of terrified way, making this unworldly sound. So we sort of shuffle backward, and we end up going into the next room, which is actually, there's another scene out there. So it's, again, lit with sort of this ghostly sort of red color, and it's sort of a torture scene, and there's this guy stretched out on this contraption, and he's clearly being tortured in some way, and there's a guy torturing him, and we're so focused on this scene that we're watching and waiting for something to happen that I don't notice that the woman from the original scene has actually, she's continued to pursue us, and she's now standing right beside me. And I see her beside me, and I'm thinking, haunted house, it's just actors, but I know if she touches me, I'm gonna die. And so I start to move, and I'm, oh my God, and I'm pushing Pierre, but he doesn't know why, and we're sort of shuffling over to the next room, and as we pass the scene where the man's being tortured, the guy doing the torturing, he turns and he looks at us. And at this point, I give up all pride. All pride. And I put my arms around Pierre's neck, and I just put my face in his chest, and it's up to him to get us out of this place. It's entirely up to him. So we shuffle into the next room, and we somehow get there. I don't know how, because I can't see anything. And we get, and I can't help but look, though, because I'm curious, even though I think we're going to die. And so I'm looking, and I can see these two small figures in the very center of the room, and they're sort of cowering there. And I think, oh God, what is this? And I hear one of them yell, "We're not ghosts!" And it turns out there's these two 7 or 8 year old boys, and they've been in the house a long time. They went in and they're scared to move. So they see us and they think, we're their way out now. Hitch your wagon to this star. So they come over, and I'm attached to Pierre's chest, keep in mind. Now one of the boys comes over and attaches himself to Pierre's leg, the other one to Pierre's other leg, and we're trying to get around, and we've become very inefficient, and it's getting harder and harder to move, and more difficult to get away from the things that are chasing us and trying to kill us. So we're moving around, and we're sort of, we have the original woman from the funeral scene chasing us, and we have a torture guy chasing us, and a medley of other zombies and undead, and we're sort of, we're clinging to each other and grasping, so you can feel things touching you, and you don't know if it's somebody from the party, our party, or if it's one of the undead. We're bumping into walls and going from room to room, and finally one of the boys says, "Oh, I see a light!" And it's this sliver of bright white light, and I don't know if it's a window or a door or just a crack in the wall, but that's our exit. So we sort of scutter over there as a group of 4, going as fast as we can, and we explode out into the light. And one of the boys goes one way and he's screaming, and the other boy goes the other way and he's screaming. And I come out and I'm running so fast and I'm so low to the ground that I choke myself on the rope that's holding in the lineup of people waiting to go. And a bunch of people leave, and then Pierre comes out and he's running also really low to the ground, and he stumbles and falls. He gets back up, dusts his legs off, his knees off, and he goes, "Oh, that wasn't so bad."
Desiree, ladies and gentlemen, Savior of Lost Children. Oh, marvellous stuff. All right, excellent.